Kyle here from allmediareviews.blogspot.com. Today is Tuesday, June 28th. All this stuff's happening. The Queen of the Night, the final episode from the Dirt Poor Robins black and white silent film with music series is being put up today or tonight. I believe it's in the evening. I'm hoping they'll announce sometime soon that they're going to release the whole, like, all the music for the films as a record, a soundtrack in effect, officially as a digital CD and vinyl, hopefully, because I really loved it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But I'm here to do a couple reviews and a little update, a couple things like house cleaning stuff. So I didn't make a video yesterday due to some factors. On Monday, the 27th of June. But I'm actually going to be getting a day off this Thursday due to, long story short, because I was supposed to take a birthday day off, and then I had to give that back a few Fridays ago anyway. So I'm going to be off, so I'll have some time to make some more videos, hopefully. Of course, last Friday, the 24th of June, all this stuff came out. Some of it I'd heard, some of it I hadn't heard. A lot of, the Warnings album Air, thumbs up on that, really like that. Porcupine Trees, Closure / Continuum. I've seen a bunch of channels doing reviews like the Prog Corner and Nathan on Shuffle, and some other sites, other channels have done reviews. So I've only listened to it once in full, but then again there's the bonus tracks, which really shouldn't be bonus tracks. I have not heard yet, but I'm going to. So and then Coheed and Cambria's album Vaxxus 2, which I'd heard about a month ago, but the better version's available, obviously the streaming version. So that, and then Bubble Math, I did talk briefly about this album, which I still haven't revisited yet. So anyway, I'm hopefully to revisit some of that stuff. And then, of course, the Deer Hunter, and then two things. The Deer Hunters album, oh, there goes my battery. The Deer Hunters album, Antimai, is released on this coming Friday, July 1st. Along with that, July 1st is a big day because Stranger Things, the last two, the season, was it 4.5, the last two episodes are going to be uploaded. And the Minions movie is hitting theaters, which most definitely my wife and I are going to go see. So another big announcement. It's not around here now, but we've been looking to get a cat or cats. Dealing with the mice problem. I had an exterminator come out last week on my birthday and stuff, but I think I mentioned that. I think I did mention the last video blog, but we did get a new cat, and he's downstairs. We don't really have an official name for him. Picked him up on Sunday. I hope we're not running into another difficult situation. This cat that we got is like Latte, similar. More black than white, but combination. Closer to a tuxedo cat, I guess. His name was Zane. We went to PetSmart and got him on Sunday, but we're not going to call him that. I don't know what we're going to call him. Suggestions are open. We're still trying to figure out. Felix is probably out. Sylvester's out. My wife came up with the name Kaja, like Kaja Gugu from the band Kaja Gugu. I don't know. Unfortunately, he seems to be breathing. I mean, we're getting kind of flashbacks of Latte. That's what basically caused Latte's whole issue. I mean, he had the feline leukemia of a sort, the version of it, but he's breathing. This cat has been breathing kind of rapidly. I'm just like sort of thinking about that. My wife too. But we need to bring him to the vet. We just got him on Sunday, so it's only been a couple days, and he's staying indoors, unlike Latte. But we're gonna get another cat, I think, this Saturday. And then probably bring both of them to the vet at the same time. I think. We'll definitely be bringing them to the vet within the next week and change, but I just hope that getting flashbacks. I mean, he doesn't have all the symptoms that Latte had, but he looks a lot like Latte. That was part of the appeal. We went to 4 other PetSmarts and looked online. Then went to this place not that far from here that has like 50 cats in the size of this room, basically. But there's one cat specifically we really liked that we were going to leave and come back another day. We haven't been able to make it work until this Saturday, so I hope it's for the best because this cat that we got just on PetSmart on Sunday is just 10 months old. So he's from Missouri, but it's a rescue. But we don't know a ton about him. But I mean, he seems pretty healthy. So anyway, getting into all this other stuff. So my primary reason is to do a couple reviews. I'll do one review first now, and then maybe do another review separately. One being the two of them. Yeah, I guess I'll just do a review of. I finally finished The Time Traveler's Wife, the TV series. I can't pull it up because my battery's dead. My computer, the casting. In fact, let me go get my power cord. I'll be back. Alright, so, yeah, so I finished the episode. It was only, I think, 6 episodes, so it was pretty short. They kind of went from, I never did their full official review, the basketball, the winning time, the Lakers dynasty, to this, and now Westworld. The Westworld season 4 premiered on Sunday. I haven't watched it. That was the night we got the cat. Go figure. I was kind of preoccupied with stuff. But the most notable thing about this show, I now watching it, I guess part of it is that, well, there's a few things, but it's created by the showrunner is Stephen Moffat. Obviously I haven't read this book in well over a decade. I don't even know if I have the book. I've got it from the library, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, I remember a lot of parts about it. I was reading through the details of a lot of the story after I finished watching the season on Sunday. It was Sunday that I did. But it's pretty, I mean, it's not identical, like loyal to the book, but it's pretty good. I mean, there's things about it they haven't covered. So I was wondering if they have a second season, and it sounds like they may. There's no guarantee of that, but the ratings or like the criticism has been pretty good for it. Rose Leslie plays Claire, Theo James plays Henry. I mean, then there's the younger versions of each one of them. It's a group of people in the cast that I don't really know. Desmond Borges plays Gomez in some of the later episodes, the friend, and I mean, it's the parents of them and stuff. It's a lot of, the two leads are both like British, and I think Theo James might be from Australia. Anyway, but they're both really good. Theo James in particular, I think. But they're both really the two leads, and they have to. I mean, it's the center on them. I mean, the story, if you don't know the story, it's a guy's a time traveler. He meets his wife, and he's traveling back and forth, seeing her at different ages, and she writes it down, and then he ends up seeing himself. That I don't remember so much in the book, where he sees and talks to different versions of himself. Some of the versions don't know that he's going to meet his wife. Some of them obviously know a lot about him. And then he gets older, and they don't get into when he gets older that much until the end. The last episode they get married, but it's a lot of different things where he has to travel naked and ends up getting arrested, stealing, that kind of stuff, which is not uncommon for any time travel story. I guess it was based on a couple other books from way back when, but Audrey Niffenegger was inspired by a lot of that. I was looking that up on Wikipedia. I'd have to find that too right now. That's what I seem to do on this channel. I looked it up on Sunday because I tend to do that just because I like to know the origin of a lot of this stuff. Let's see, here it is. I don't remember. Inspired by just reading Audrey Niffenegger. Her parents' marriage. Yeah, I mean, there's the different things she took, but there were some historical novels that had been written previously. But it's a story of a woman's husband who's always traveling and stuff. I guess her parents had done that. So the only sees the wife only sees the husband occasionally. But it's a metaphor for love affairs and stuff like that. And yeah, some of the other sort of relationships that come up, I don't remember those too much in the book either. I mean, I guess they did happen. But I mean, it's it's sci-fi, and it's not all that realistic, and it's using your imagination to an extent, but stuff that happens at the later stage of their relationship, and the Claire character end up being old, and then let's just say the gaps in time become longer. I do remember some of that. And then I guess they have a daughter. I forgot they have a daughter at one point, the two of them. The daughter ends up time traveling. Now, there's, I guess, a book in the works that's been talked about for almost since like 2013 that Audrey Niffenegger was going to write that hasn't come out. So she's done other stuff. I was just reading about that. I know that one of them was Her Fearful Symmetry, which I bought and then ended up in a book exchange giving it away. I never read it. The Other Husband, it's called, I think. I think that's what it is. Anyway, but yeah, I liked it. I mean, I'm surprised how much I liked it, actually. I mean, I have yet to still see the movie, so maybe I'll watch the movie. It's available on HBO Max. I have to see the movie, and then with Eric Bana and I forget her name now, Rachel McAdams. Yeah, I mean, it's like when it comes the one episode that you see them with her family, her brother is a complete, yeah. I mean, he's a douche. I mean, but I think that he's kind of made out to be that way. And then I guess some of the plot that happens later, remember in the book, involves him, which is interesting. So, but yeah, he ends up, Henry's story when he's going back and forth, he doesn't live that long, not to spoil it, and he also ends up losing his feet. You do see that in the show, so it's a little spoiler, but there's more detail to that, and I'm guessing if they get a second season, which they hopefully will, they'll probably dive in more into that backstory. And why he doesn't like video and technology and what causes him to time travel. That's what I guess I was hoping we'd see more of the last episode, the wedding episode. They dove into that to a little degree. But just how did this happen to him? But the car crash that happens, I mean, how did this occur? How did he pass it on to a future daughter and that kind of stuff? So that to me is where there's some intrigue, assuming there's a second one. But yeah, thumbs up. I mean, it's the best show on TV right now? No. It's the best show on HBO? No, it's not the same level of Mare of Easttown or anything like that. But I really liked the leads, and I thought it was really well done. And curious and see if it comes back maybe next year, the year before. The way HBO shows go, Westworld is every 2 years, and the budget's got to be 2 or 3 years. The budget's got to be through the roof for Westworld. This show probably doesn't have the most massive budget. I mean, some of the sets, some of the wardrobe, and some of the editing probably takes some work. But as a whole, it might be doable where literally I could be standing here next summer and watch the second season. So anyway, if you've seen The Time Traveler's Wife, what do you think of the movie? Be curious on anyone out there. Yeah, I mean, very good book, good show. I'll give the movie a go and see if I can, because it looked too much to me and it didn't resemble the book enough, and also I remember it got kind of mediocre reviews, and it looked like a Lifetime movie, even though you had Eric Bana and Rachel McAdams, who are that was in 2009, that those two were they weren't A-list actors, but they were pretty visible actors, successful actors at that point. Not really Lifetime channel, types necessarily, so. But thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.